Hello, this is James Simon. I am the president and founder of Renew Wealth Management, Army veteran, CPA, certified financial planner, and a fiduciary. So we're going to talk about why your military, federal, or pension you may have may mean you probably need fewer bonds than you think for your portfolio. So if you're a veteran, federal employee, or anyone with a pension, you've probably been told the classic rule. As you get older, shift more of your portfolio into bonds for safety. But here's something most people miss. You may already own one of the largest bond portfolios you ever have, and it doesn't show up on a single statement you have. Not on your TSP, not on your FERS or anything. Think about what a bond actually does. It pays you a steady, predictable stream of income backed by a credit-worthy institution. Now look at your FERS, your military, your VA compensation, or even Social Security. Each one pays you a predictable government-backed stream of income, often for life, often adjusted for inflation. Functionally, that's exactly what a high-quality bond does. You're not just receiving a check, you're holding the equivalent of a massive government-backed fixed income position. Here's the part that surprises most people. We can estimate what that income stream that you receive is worth today. We call it its present value. So, for example, take a retiree, say $60,000 a year in combined pension and benefits. That's inflation adjusted for the rest of their life. We'll just say age 62. To replicate that within an actual bond portfolio, you might need well over 1.5, 2 million, or even sometimes 3 million or more, depending on the payout and life expectancy. So in other words, you may already be a multi-millionaire bondholder. You just hold it in the form of a guaranteed government income stream instead of a brokerage account. So just imagine your FERS, or let's say you're receiving VA, which is even tax-free with the COLA tied to it. If you take that out 20 years in a KISS, it depends on your percentage, what you're rated at. The present value of that would have to be well over, in some cases, $1 million to or $3 million, depending on your life expectancy and everything that goes into it. So that's a bond portfolio in itself. So if your pension already functions as a huge bond allocation, ask yourself, why pile even more bonds into your 401k, your TSP on top of it? For some people in this situation, it may make sense to invest those retirement accounts more heavily, even entirely in equities. For example, if you are at least 30 plus years away from retirement, maybe even 20 plus years away from retirement. Even for military, we often retire, let's say, earlier, could be at age 42, but we're going to often get another stream of income or job, and maybe even start a business, which means that we're going to have even a longer lifespan. So your guaranteed income covers your essentials, which means your investment portfolio has room to pursue long-term growth and, of course, ride out market swings, because you're not depending on it to pay the light bill right now. This isn't a one-size-fits-all rule. I want to highlight that. Your time horizon, risk tolerance, other income, and how you secure your essential expenses all matter. So does your own comfort watching markets move? So if you're a person who just doesn't like the volatility of the market, maybe you should have bonds. The key insight is simply this. Don't ignore your pension when you measure your overall risk. When you count it as a bond-like asset, it really is. Your true allocation may be far more conservative than your 401k statement suggests. So again, talk with a professional, your advisor, about whether your equity allocation should reflect that. Thank you for listening as always.